Welcome into Rattler Up with Coach Walsh, live from San Marcos High School and the Rattler Broadcast Studios, and exclusively on the home for Rattler Nation events, the Rattler Up Network. This is what you've got to watch each and every month to keep track of all things Rattler Nation. I'm your host, CJ Odom, and with me as always, San Marcos Athletic Director and Head Football Coach, Coach John Walsh. Coach, welcome back for the first time this spring semester to Rattler Up.
First time this year, right?
First time in 2026 for sure. We're excited to do it all over again. So we had a great fall season, our fourth season of Rattler Up, and now we're exclusive on the Rattler Up Network, and we've got a big show coming up. Special show. We want to get people caught up on stuff, and of course, big news from this morning. So today on Rattler Up, you'll get all the updates from in-season sports, and that is plenty. That could be a show in and of itself right there. We will talk UIL alignment as that's come out this morning, and so now we know our fate. We know exactly where we'll be for the 26 and 27 seasons across all our sports. And today we'll be joined live in studio by the head coach of the boys soccer team, Conrado Reyes, and some players from that team. So, Coach, it is a busy, busy time for you this time of year for sure, right?
Yeah, this is it. I mean, everything overlaps in January.
Yeah, there's everything's going. We got baseball and softball about to start. So
swimming and wrestling are finishing up.
Yeah, and so we're excited to get to talk about a lot of that.
Right.
And so what we'll first talk about, Coach, is not only do you have all these sports going on right now, but we also know that our Rattler Up broadcasts is going to be a big part of this spring season, correct? And so we have the opportunity over the next this season, we're going to be doing 14 live broadcasts, including the entire softball tournament in March, just like we did the basketball tournament back in November. We got 5 different sports that'll be broadcast on the Rattler Up Network, a band concert, and the San Marcos High School graduation at Strahan Coliseum. Wow. So, Coach, a big season for the Rattler Up Network. You've been there since the beginning. You've seen this podcast kind of grow. Now the podcast that we did in Hayes County Barbecue has become its own network. Right. That network is now broadcasting 14 live broadcasts. Talk a little bit about just the growth that you've seen and what it means to people like fine arts programs and athletics programs.
Yeah, you know, when you're in extracurricular, you want to reach as many people as you can. You know, when we do want butts and seats, you know, so everybody we can hear them. But if they can't be there, you know, we surely want them watching, you know, and it's good to hear from to get emails. I'm sure you get them as well, where someone out of state got to watch their grandson or granddaughter, you know, play. And yeah, you know, when we started this, it was real small. We both had a vision, and when Josh coming on and these kiddos embracing it, it's been fun to watch. One of the coolest. The baseball last spring was really cool, but that basketball, to watch Creek and you guys go at it and have a whole system there, and there was a lot of talk, you know, from other schools about what was taking place. And
15 games across 3 days broadcast, and you can still watch those on the Rattler Up Network. Everything's archived. You can watch live. You can watch archived. So that was exciting.
And I think someone asked you, what production company are we using? Yes. You know, we use our kids. It's our kids and our equipment.
It's not a company. It's kids doing this. They were blown away to know, and I love that when we asked that at the basketball game, they asked about it. And I said, well, their teacher, the only adult that they know that's helping with this, is out on the basketball court coaching right now. Right. So this is truly purely kids. And so we're going to take that on again with softball, looking to do the softball tournament. So a 3-day softball tournament. I haven't seen the numbers, but again, probably 14, 15 games covered in there, plus every baseball home district game. That was the pilot. That's where it all started. We're bringing some sponsorship in. So we're going to have some opportunities for some of our partners to sponsor strikeouts and home runs and different things like that. So the kids are getting a really great chance to kind of just experience that live broadcast. We're actually even opening up to 8th graders. So we've got 8th graders that are able to join us on those broadcasts.
I think you had Maddox on it last year, right?
Yes, we had an 8th grader come in and do a commentator with us. Now they'll be able to come in and join that, and the expansion is there. I know that one thing we talked about, I can't wait to see Creek Innis do this. We want to do a golf tournament. We feel like we can get the remote cameras to follow a golf tournament and hear Creek Innis' golf
so when you
voice.
get on Creek, when you get on in 20 minutes, I want to hear your golf voice.
Yeah, we do have a special, of course, rapid fire with Creek Innis that will be later on in today's broadcast. So we'll hear Creek's golf voice. Well, before we move on, let's take a look. We want to take a look at all those sports, Coach. So we want to make sure and there's a lot going on, and it's not just going on, lots of success going on. So in no particular order, reached out to the coaches in these programs and just asked, hey, what can you send us to let us know about? So we'll start with powerlifting. She reached out, said they just wrapped up the Swords Up Invitational in Seguin this past weekend. Freshman Aiden Burgos Herrera in the 114-pound weight class is currently sitting second in the whole region. Senior Osmar Garcias just missed regionals last year, now ranked 5th. The boys have 6 regional ranking spots right now. Girls have 4 with 2 remaining meets in the season. So powerlifting is one that I think it tends to fly under the radar some.
Right.
It's not a big pack the stadium to watch kind of event, but man, we have had some success in powerlifting. Sounds like we're off to a great start again this year.
Yeah, when you go to regionals, it is packed. Those, they do it in a big gym up in Frisco last year, and it actually a dome gym, and it was pretty packed. And they do get after it. They shut the weight room down every week, and Osmar, I know he's got a good chance to make it to that state level again.
Right, that's gonna be incredible. Golf, boys and girls are fully underway again here. Boys, Coach Mungia told me looking to build off their best season back in the fall. Their fall season was one of the most successful seasons they've had. They'll have their first spring tournament in February 17th at Hutto. They got 5 kids qualified for it so far. So the girls team's actually dealing with some injuries, but that's been giving some other students the chance to step up. We know we've had a star kind of there. You talked about in a previous broadcast, first spring tournament tomorrow. Talk to us about some of the things you've seen from that golf team.
Well, what I saw the other day was, I guess it was Friday, they couldn't get to the golf course, so he had them in the parking lot. We have little grassy areas, right? And they were chipping from grassy area to grassy area. So and
find a way to make it work.
He's always in the indoor in the batting cages where where our baseball and softball team go. But yeah, they were making do out there in the parking lot.
Well, they'll host their own tournament February 23rd and 24th at Double J Ranch Golf Club in Wimberley, and then district starts for them in March and April. Tennis continues to roll. Again, that's a full year long, right? There's a fall and a spring. They never stop. They have a huge tournament this past weekend. 20 other teams were there, and he gave me some big wins in that big tournament. 3rd place in boys doubles went to Kaylin Shank and Ethan Tovar. 4th place freshman mixed doubles between the team of Evan Nolasco and Chloe Cadena. And 1st place girls singles, Chloe Aduse. So tennis again rolling on. They're going to host in 2 weeks the San Marcos Valentine's home tournament. And then you got back indoors, the basketball teams. They've only got a little bit left to go in that basketball season. Of course, that starts back in the fall. The boys basketball team, they got 4 games to go at East Central and Steele, and then 2 home games with Judson and Canyon. They're definitely gaining some good experience. Not quite the record they were wanting right now, but what are some of the highlights and some of the hopeful things you've seen from that boys basketball team?
Just a normal Dan Miller coach program. They're just doing things right, regardless of how that score ends up. Or they're playing hard and they're coaching hard, and that's what Dan's kind of program he's gonna run, and the kids are responding. When that game starts, you can't tell what our record is.
Right, and I think that's something that's easy to turn around next year, right? And so girls basketball, 19-9 overall, 7-2 in district, for 3rd place right now, only behind Judson and Steele. Just 3 games to go. They're here in the Snake Pit tomorrow night against East Central, so you got to come out and be there for that. And then next week they go to Judson and they wrap up at home against Steele. Of course, the big story there, major injury to a big player, although they're almost not missing a beat. But talk to us a little bit about the injury, the bug that hit the girls basketball team.
And Milena was really leading that squad in scoring and rebounding, and just with her style of play was a physical style of play in the paint. So she's definitely going to be missed. Last week, Courtney, I don't know Courtney's last name, but Courtney, freshman, filled in and really did a great job. Kind of took some of that dirty work that Milena does in the paint and stepped in. But as a team, Milena on the bench looked like a paid assistant coach. So she's not stopping. She was in the weight room today with the girls. She already had her surgery. She's recovering. But it's a big loss, but I got a lot of confidence in those girls. We're a talented team, and others are going to step up.
Well, so exciting to see someone not walk off then. Okay, I'm not playing anymore, but I'm still part of this team.
Oh, absolutely.
And so then you got a couple of teams. We're ready for regionals in wrestling and swim, right? So in wrestling, regional starts on February 6th. 8 Rattlers have qualified, go for that state berth. And of course, Mila Juarez named outstanding wrestler in the girls division and looking to get back, got to that state finals. And now, you hate to put that out there, but almost like a favorite, at least an odds-on leading contender to get back into that state finals place.
Yeah, I think absolutely you can say she's the leader to get there. And I was disappointed last week. Andrew and I and Justice drove over there to watch, And usually when Garvin tells me, the medal matches are going to start at 12:30, they don't start till about 2. So we got there about 1, just 30 minutes late, and we missed my Mila. And she was done. So that was because she did quick work on everybody. And it didn't take long.
It was a dominant performance.
Yeah, didn't take long. But we watched the rest of them, watched them compete. Garvin always he knows wrestling because he's got those kids. When you walk in, there's pretty good respect with our program with Garvin, and so I'm looking forward to Saturday. Go and watch. If he tells me 12:30, I'm gonna be there at 10:30.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
I don't want to miss her.
And so then swim also got regionals coming up. So we actually got a graphic here that was so much to report. They got regionals coming up on February 6th and 7th. They were able to qualify for regionals with 6 different relay events and an individual event. They had 15 swimmers that set personal records across 23 races. And so you see they're your regional qualifiers coming up February 6th and 7th. So, Coach, obviously with a natatorium being built, the swim team is as hot as it can be, right?
I was about to say, they did it without even a pool. But no, they do. They get here early. They're gone by about 6:15 to the academy to go swim. And that's a big group right there. We'll get to watch them Friday.
Do you have an update for us, maybe on the natatorium and its building progress?
Yes, it's on schedule for November to be
awesome.
Be turned over to us.
Is it too late to call it the Swimnasium?
Probably.
Okay, well, I just figured we'd throw that out there. That sounded better, right? All right, and then finally, we're going to visit with boys soccer later on, but girls soccer also playing right now. They're currently in 5th in district, early in district play, 9 districts to go in the season, but Coach Esmiol was talking about big game coming up. They're currently sitting in 5th. They got a big game against Judson tomorrow night, who is the number 4 team in district. Mm-hmm. It is community night at Toyota Rattler Stadium, so need to get everybody out there, watch these girls, try to move into playoff contention. My understanding from Coach is this girls soccer district, it's a free-for-all. There doesn't seem to be any super favorites. Right. It doesn't seem to be any kind of just easy wins. This is just a 8-team or however many team district. Is just everybody can win. Anybody can win on any given night is what I'm hearing.
And we're young, but we got a must-win game ahead of us, and they need to take care of business, grow up real quick.
All right. So that's just what's going on a little bit. We still got to talk boys soccer. We still got to talk so much more baseball and softball starting right around the corner. So this man is definitely going to be putting in well more than his 40-hour weeks coming up as we continue on with.
I didn't know I had 40
There's no such thing as a 40-hour week for you, Coach. So we're going to head to commercial break, but when we return, we will be joined live in studio by Coach Reyes and members of the boys soccer team. All that and more when we return here on Rattler Up. Keep it on the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to the Rattler Up with Coach Walsh, exclusively on the home of live broadcast events, sports, and shows for the Rattler Nation, the Rattler Up Network. We are here. Please make sure to give a like and a subscribe at the Rattler Up Network. Let the students know that you appreciate the work they're doing. But we're going to turn our attention to the pitch as we welcome in members of the boys soccer team, along with head coach Conrado Reyes. Coach, welcome into Rattler Up.
How's it going?
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Well, Coach, we'll visit with the players in just a moment, but we want to take a minute. A lot of our viewers on Rattler Up like to learn about the coaches themselves. So you take a minute, just tell us a little bit about your background and kind of the journey you took to end up here in San Marcos and Rattler Nation.
So this is my 5th year currently here at San Marcos High School as the head boys soccer coach. Came over from Lockhart, and before Lockhart I was over in Seguin, but military background, been teaching for 15 years. So, yeah, I've been in education for quite some time.
All right, awesome. Well, Coach, we're early in the season. Obviously, the team's sitting at 4-2-2 overall, 1-1-1, third in district. So early in district play. What have been your takeaways so far about the team this early in the district play?
Our district is tough. It's a tough one. Like Same with girls soccer. Anybody. It's really anybody's game right now. But
No real clear cut favorite.
Yeah.
Anybody can win on any night kind of thing.
Yeah, like Judson beat Steele last week, so that was an interesting. Nobody's beaten Steele in quite some time except for Clemens. But yeah, we got a good. Our 2 losses are 2 really good teams. Lost 1-0 to Lake Travis, and then we ended up losing a tough one the other night to East Central 3-2, and that one gets me because that's one we should never lose. But different story.
Well, I can't tell you, and we'll talk. One of your players knows what I'm talking about. He was there with me. We had a 5th grade group up here this week, or last week, and we toured them through the facilities, and we asked them to see all the things we have to offer at San Marcos High School. We get the 5th graders all in there to ask questions of these high schoolers, and I think every other question was about soccer. Am I right? It seemed like they saw a bunch of cool stuff, but what they wanted to know about was a soccer team. So you have a really good, interested group coming up ahead of you. So be excited about that, Coach. Well, let's go ahead and meet some of the players representing the team here today. Why don't we just start here on the right, and we'll work our way down the line. Introduce yourself. Tell us your name, what grade you're in, the position you play on the team, and all the other things that you do at San Marcos High School.
My name's Diego. I'm a senior at San Marcos High School, and I play goalkeeper.
My name is Juan. I'm a junior. I play CDM.
My name's Asher. I'm a senior. I play center back. I'm also a member of the San Marcos High School Boys Varsity Choir, so that's always a fun time.
Awesome.
My name's Ian. I play fullback, and I'm part of NHS.
All right. Well, welcome into RattlerUp, guys. And so I'll ask the first question. We'll go that same lineup again, right back down the line, and just ask you, what have you been most excited about for this season so far?
I think just really sharing the field with my friends. I think in my past 4 years, I haven't had a team that has been this close, that's felt more like a family, more so than a team. And, it's always a special feeling whenever that happens because, you step onto the field and it's of course you're there to handle business, but you're also there to enjoy yourself, to have a good time. And yeah, it's a special feeling.
Awesome. How about you?
For me, what's exciting is just working towards our goal of getting that gold ball. And with this group, going off what Diego said, everybody's connected. No one's enemies with another. Everyone's just so connected, and it's more of a family than a team. And just exciting that if we win it, it's together as a family.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. These last 2 years, we made 2 playoff experiences, and both years we barely escaped without a win. So this year, I'm really hoping we get that first playoff win. And I just hope we keep these last 2 years and hard work going.
Yeah, pretty much what they said. I have full expectations that we're going to win playoffs this year. So I'm excited for that.
So I'll follow up with you then. In order to do that, then, what do you think the team needs to focus on right now in district play?
We need to keep showing up, putting in the work on and off the field. Starts in the classrooms. We have to keep our grades up. And on the field, we got to show up and train.
So then, I'll go to you next. And so you got obviously Coach Reyes, but talk to me about the student leadership on the team. How is it? Obviously, you guys are here. You've been selected to represent the team on the RattlerUp show here. But what is it like for the student leadership on that soccer team?
Yes, sir. Most of the preseason, Coach Reyes is with football, so we kind of got to make it work when he's there and make it work when he's not there. So most mornings we're here on our own, bright and early, 7:30 in the morning. Here to lift or get work in, whatever we were doing on the field just to get better for the season. And that was completely led by us. So that was always helpful to see. I think that really brought us a lot closer and prepared us really well for the season. So,
And I can add to that, just being around, just watching this group, but like when they're in the team room, if I can poke my head in, you just feel a mature group, and you just sense, like the Indiana football model. They had a bunch of 26, 25, 24-year-olds and won it with old folks, right? And they got that old folk kind of carry by themselves. You got some. That's why I asked how many were seniors. Just because they feel like a senior-led soccer team. Yeah,
very cool. So for you, what was the biggest surprise for you so far this season?
Surprise would definitely be feel like we surprised ourselves that our first game was Central Catholic. They were state champions. And everybody doubted us. Oh, we're going to go lose. We're going to go lose. When we went in there, we played, and we won. And from that game forward, we just gained that momentum. Like, we can compete at the high level with the
We
best
belong
teams.
here,
We belong
right?
here,
Yeah.
yes. And obviously, I think just people were surprised, and we were surprised at the start. But now that we got it going, we just got to keep our momentum, winning games, keep going.
Awesome. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you think you face the remainder of this district season?
I think it's always about consistency. I think we always have to find, it's not okay just playing one good game. I think in this district especially, you have to be on your top game like every single day, week, month, whatever it is. You've always got to be on your A game, because you could be first place and then you could play the team in last place, and then you can go into the game very confident, just being not who you usually are in a normal game, and you could end up losing. So I think consistency and having a killer mindset really is crucial. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me go just kind of say, we'll start you and go down the end of the line here. So I know you're not all seniors, but you give some thoughts to those things, whether they're just thoughts for now or actual concrete plans. What are some things you plan on doing after you graduate from San Marcos High School?
After I graduate, I'm not too sure yet, but I've been interested in looking into the welding. I'm in the welding program right now at the high school, so I'm thinking I may carry that on.
Awesome.
Go to some
You're gonna
trade
try to
school.
make some real money.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of money to be made there. Yeah. How about you?
I plan on going to college somewhere. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't got all my acceptance letters back yet, but I plan on probably doing a major in something business like accounting.
Okay.
And yeah, I just hope I'll probably play soccer like club or intramural, but I don't plan on playing for a school necessarily.
Okay.
Well, right now I'm not too sure. Just a junior, got another
Get time.
year.
You get time.
But obviously, right now my main goal is to play college ball anywhere that gives me an opportunity, and just trying to use my time right now to get communicate with coaches, give them film and everything. But yeah, I would definitely want to do that, and then obviously study something in the construction business, something I could do there.
Okay, great.
So after high school, I'm going to Texas Lutheran University in Seguin. I'll be playing soccer there, and I'll be majoring in kinesiology. And then after I'm done with that, hopefully I could get into, hopefully I can still be playing, at a high level, competitive level. If not, then I'd like to start getting into coaching.
Okay, awesome. I'd love to have you back. I love when we can get the former students back to coach in Rattler Nation. Well, Coach, talk the fans into the building a little bit, right? We still have plenty of games left out at Toyota Rattler Stadium. Fans come out and watch the boys soccer team maybe for the first time. What do they expect to see when they come out and watch the boys on the pitch?
They can most definitely see high-level soccer. These guys play really high level. Like I said, they can compete with anybody in the state. I believe that wholeheartedly. Our motto is one family, one standard this year. And these guys have really held up to it, The one thing that's got us right now is the injury bug, but I think we'll get over that pretty quickly. We're getting a lot of guys back tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Like I said, it's been 15 years since boys made the playoffs 2 years ago, and then I think it's been over 20 since they went back-to-back. So these guys have been able to accomplish some things here at San Marcos High School that haven't been done in a long time.
Right.
And it speaks volumes to their character and who they are and the work ethic that they have.
That's awesome. Well, we're excited to see where it goes from there. Well, before we let you go, guys, we always let our athletes get a chance to get some shout outs. So we'll start down here on the end. We're live on the RattlerUp Network. Who do you want to shout out that may be watching back home?
I want to shout out two people. One of them being Andy Aguilar, part of the soccer team, and Christian Tovar, who is a very close friend of ours, a photographer at times, whenever he wants to, I guess. But yeah, those two closest friends.
Awesome.
I'd like to shout out Moises Aguilar. He also plays with us. Andy Aguilar.
I already showed him.
Santiago. And then obviously the rest of my teammates and my construction class.
Okay.
I'm going to shout out my mom and dad and my girlfriend, Zeddy.
I'll shout out my parents and Rattler Soccer.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining us on RattlerUp. We're so proud of you. We're excited to see where the rest of the season goes. And, Coach, we know you're staying back for one more time. We got rapid fire headed your way after the break, so thanks for sticking with us. We will head to commercial break, but when we return, we turn our attention to the news that dropped just this morning, the one everybody wants to ask about, UIL alignment. We know where we're headed for the district play for the next 2 years. We'll talk about that and all that and more here on the RattlerUp Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up with Coach Walsh live on the Rattler Up Network. And before we let Coach go, it is time for, once again, our weekly segment here, Rapid Fire with Creek Ennis. So we have Creek Ennis joining us live back here in the Rattler Podcast Studios. And so we've got you another victim for Rapid Fire. Coach Walsh and I are done. I don't think we want to play anymore. And so we're going to make others do it. So if you're unfamiliar with this, Coach Walsh has 60 seconds on the clock, Coach. And Rapid Fire means he is just going to rapid fire every question he can think of for the next 60 seconds. So good luck to you. We've all been through this, and 60 seconds begins now.
All right, Coach Reyes, what is your favorite soccer team?
Real Madrid,
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
the Seahawks,
Favorite food?
pizza,
Favorite vacation spot?
Costa Rica.
What are you most proud of on your team?
They're grit.
Favorite part about coaching?
Just love it. It's building connections.
Favorite music artist?
NBA Youngboy.
Favorite college team?
LSU.
Even after Ori?
Even after Ori.
Soccer or football?
Both.
Best professional jerseys?
Dang, that's a good one. I like the Seahawks. They got a nice one.
Who on your team is the best defender?
Oh, the best defender? Moises Aguilar.
Favorite movie?
Top Gun.
Best restaurant in town?
Ooh, that's tough. Alvin Ord's. It's not a restaurant, but
All right, that was 60 seconds.
You
Coach,
got
thanks
it.
for doing
Yes,
it.
sir.
Rapid fire once again. So
Top Gun.
Coach Ray is a great rapid fire. Creek, thanks for joining us once again.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So with the professional jerseys, Coach, you see the hockey NHL had the outdoor game this week,
I did not know
and it
that.
was in Florida, and the Tampa Bay Lightning arrived in the old orange Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Oh, wow.
jerseys.
That's good.
That's an old school
That's old
classic
school.
jersey, right? Well, all right. Well, the thing everybody's been wanting to talk about, they've been waiting all months now since the spotlight came in October. UIL Alignment came out today, and so we've got a graphic here. We are going to be in District 27 6A, and there are our opponents. Basically, we're going to lose Buda Johnson. We're going to add Piper and add Wagner. We will now have a full 8-team district slate. And so, Coach, we'll break this down into details, but just, you've heard, you kind of had an idea where we might go. We even talked on our last show about what you thought might happen, but you can never tell with the UIL, right? We never know where it's going to land. So now that you've seen it, now that you got a good feel for who we're playing, what are your just first general takeaways before we start breaking it down?
Yeah, this week always UIL always falls on my birthday week, so I always get older and I always got to go through all this realignment stuff. So, the breakdown is we thought we would be in one of two scenarios where, and there's two guys out there that know what they're doing when they put this together that have the guesses, and that's Matt Stepp and Carl Padilla, and they had us both just like this. We may go Buda Johnson Hayes, we may get Piper because Piper was coming up. And Hayes was coming up, so that was going to connect us. So I really wasn't worried about who was in our district. I just want to see what our district number was. I've always just been. I want to see we're going to get in the playoffs. What's our path to stay in the playoffs? Right. And you're foolish to think, well, you don't want to be in there with, you don't want to be playing Westlake or Lake Travis second round. You want to find a different path, right? And so that's what I was looking for. I wanted to be in 29, and we didn't get it. So our path's going to be different going north.
Yeah, I think that's something some people don't necessarily notice is that not only are the districts announced, but the blank bracket is also announced today. And like you talked about before the show, that's where you went before almost anything else, right? It tells you the winner of this district, so you know who your by-district opponent is going to be as far as what district it comes from. You then know in area who you're getting the winner of two districts. And so that's when people are talking about, if they're wondering what you mean by going through the path, you're looking at this blank bracket already, correct?
Absolutely. And you honestly look, all right, if I'm the first seed, let's just, Westlake's going to be small school. So Westlake's up here, we're down here. When do you find those? And you want to be the first seed, so you may see them round 3 instead of round 2.
Right. And so you mentioned 29 was where you would have liked to have been. I think a lot of people figure we would either go where we are, or 28 was the Hayes district you mentioned. 28 was, or no, I'm sorry,
No,
the other
27.
27 was the Hayes district, and we didn't end up there. We ended up in a district that is going to leave us in the San Antonio area now for years 5 and 6. And looking back, this will be the first time since 2015 that we have spent 6 years consecutively in a certain zone, right? Because we have been. It's always up to Austin or down to San Antonio.
We were in Austin.
Right, we're always that southern Austin district. But it was interesting when that Central Texas district finally got made. It's the Austin ISD schools and the Hayes schools. We've said for years there's a Central Texas district here. It finally got made, but we're not in it.
I think New Braunfels kind of messed that up because they went down.
By going down, yeah.
So I think if New Braunfels would have been up with the Piper, you could have went Canyon, Piper, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Hayes, Johnson, Drip, or somebody, right? So, and that would have been very central. But I think the New Braunfels, it just skews the number.
Right. And so we look at for a lot of districts, travel becomes a big part of that. Not too bad on us either way. Our longest travel in this new district continues to be East Central, and Piper's just right out about that same.
Right.
So two longer trips, shortest, of course, being Canyon now. One thing is one less non-district game, right? We've talked a lot about that. That's not too big of a deal, I would assume? Or is
you really want to be in an even district, 8-6, because as a district you can all have a common off week, and if not, if you're in an odd number, like today, I stayed at the office. I sent Coach Webb and Coach Allen to Round Rock, where everybody in the Austin area congregates, and then I sent Coach Vallejo and Roper to San Antonio Region Center, Region 20, where they all congregate. So, and it's about getting your non-districts. And because we had Hayes and Piper on one. If they were both going to be in our district, we didn't have a week one. They were going to have to scramble for games. And there's a big board. Everybody's writing what they want on there. Even before that came out at 9, Coach Webb was calling, hey, so-and-so said if we need a week one, we can tie it in. But on the flip side, and I just tell you, we ended up with Hayes week 1 at home. We're going to play Liberty Hill week 2 on the road. And then we have San Antonio Madison at home for week 3. But once you get the set, so we're in the San Antonio, so that's where Roper and Vallejo were. So they got to the table, they drew a number off an open round robin UIL blank sheet that puts you on there, and you just draw your numbers. And so we drew one, only gave us 3 home games, but it worked out for 5 and 5. Each year.
So we'll have 5 home, 5 away as a total slate. So, all right, well, cool. So for football, obviously that's one thing, but we look at other sports as well. What is some of the early returns on how this might affect other sports?
Yeah, the boys basketball one is tough. Our producer back there, he coaches basketball, and it's just a really, really high Division I talent level boys basketball district, makes it tough. And then, I think we're just familiar with everybody, so it's going to kind of sit where it's been sitting. Right. You just Piper with being the only new face.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that is nice about that is that consistency, something we haven't had. Like I mentioned, first time in a long time, we've actually stayed put for a while to where now we're 5 and 6 years into playing Steele, Judson, East Central. We've been playing them. We know what they've got, and so that's got to be huge, right? Yeah. We talked a little bit before about, always being on the cusp. Before you got here, before San Marcos was up and down, we're also kind of in that 5A, 6A range. Right. We seem firmly entrenched in 6A at this point, but based on the numbers this morning, there's only 12 6A schools smaller than us. So it continues to be, we're in the very edge of 6A. Is there any discussion? It seems like the range of schools in 6A is just so massive. I understand that the number of schools is the same as in 5A, 4A, and that's what the UIL tries to make equal. But we are a school of 2,300 kids, and we are in a 6A where there's schools with 7,000. Is there any ever a continuing discussion about a 7A or
there is
things like that?
Yeah, they've tried, man. I'm gonna say for a decade they've tried, or maybe longer.
Seems like it's been discussed forever.
And
what are the
biggest issue is the really big schools are so far apart. Like it's hard to build a 6-team district when you got Allen sitting here. Now you can in that little area because Allen and Plano's are they're the biggest schools in the nation. But when you got to West Texas, you have the Midlands and the Amarillos, and having to drive. I think it's
5 hours away to get a district game in.
It's just hard to find reasonable districts close to each other with huge with the large population. Now they do, breaking it up to Division I and Division II, that helps come playoff time. That way, because this has been a story of my career in Brownwood and Denton and here. We've always been on the bottom of whatever. But come playoff time, you're not having to face the 7,000 and the 5,000 schools.
Right. So in our district, who continues to be the more likely lower enrollment D2 teams in our district?
Yeah, us for sure. And then so East Central's way up there. Their enrollment's growing. Steels. It would be the Judsons.
Piper just barely got 6A,
Yeah,
so I would
so
assume
Piper,
they're probably
Canyon,
a lower.
Judson, us are the bottom four.
Right. Okay. So we talk a little bit about you talked about the pathway, right? So our second our by district is District 28. So our by district round will be most of the SAISD or SA schools: Churchill, Johnson, Lee, Reagan, Roosevelt, and then 2 Northside schools: Brandeis and Clark. So sizing up our by district in every sport, that's your first round matchup.
Right.
Someone out of there. How does that look? At least for football.
Yeah, I just looked at it quickly. It looks like, and Coach Webb's the number guy. He's a big fact.
the baseball in him.
He's a fact finder there. It would be Brandeis and Reagan as the favorites to be the Division II or the opponents.
Okay. All right. Well, that is certainly great to relive the, all the excitement of getting a new alignment in. So we're set. We still got to finish up this year and all these other sports we
Right.
just mentioned. But for 26-27, we're going to hit the ground running. And as he mentioned, that district plus Hayes, Liberty Hill, and Madison. So exciting news coming up, and we'll continue to follow that here on the Rattler Up Network. So with that, Coach, another Rattler Up is in the books. And before we go, we want to take a look at some upcoming chances to catch the Rattlers in action this week. Lots going on. We joked that font is officially down to, I think, 3
Yeah.
in order to get it on. There's just so much going on. Of course, tomorrow we mentioned girls soccer versus Judson. It is community night at Toyota Rattler Stadium, so a chance to move into that all-important 4th place rank. That starts at 7, and girls basketball is here in the Snake Pit against East Central. Also varsity at 7. Softball finally gets underway this week. Baseball won't be far behind. Then this Friday in the Snake Pit, boys basketball get a chance to take on Judson, and Steele is the opponent for boys soccer. And then, as we mentioned, wrestling and swim, the regionals, wrestling out at the Delco Center, swim in San Antonio. So a huge weekend, especially. Coach, how do you divvy up your time? Are you able to get to some of this? Are you able to get? What do you got to do for this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Friday I'll be at the swim meet. Saturday I'll be at the wrestling, the regional wrestling, and then Tuesday night in the Snake Pit, and may take Friday off. I don't know yet, but I'm usually at all the home
You
basketball.
got to have a chance to breathe somewhere in there, right?
Yeah, I don't see myself being in the Snake Pit on my birthday evening. I'll be
There you go. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, before we go, we always check in on things outside of Rattler Nation. And of course, that would be Super Bowl Sunday. And so you got Creek Ennis sitting within punching range.
Yeah.
Despite that, I do ask you, who you got, Patriots or Seahawks this Sunday?
Yeah, I can feel Psycho Seahawks eyes just glaring through me right now. But yeah, I think Seattle's the favorite. And they're I haven't watched much of them, Creek, but they're a good football team. And they got a little bit of everything, and they're strength on defense, and that usually wins.
Right. Yeah, I've got to believe Seahawks too, but
Pull it for Sam Darnold too. His story's good.
The storyline of the revenge game against the Patriots is too good. So
Yep.
I got to believe that's going to do it. So that does it for this week. As always, we want to thank Coach Wack for running the digital communication program here at San Marcos High School and the Rattler Broadcast Series. Of course, all the students that are involved in making this production happen. We will be back again very, very soon. So thanks for Coach Walsh. I'm CJ Odom, and thanks for watching Rattler Up.